All right, raise your hand if your bank account recently got stimulated. Everybody, pretty much. What'd you guys do with yours? TV? Your car? Paid some bills? I hope you paid some bills. Pay some bills. You know what I did? Well, we got a TV. But you know what else I did? I bought some cookies off the internet. Right. Pause for laughter. No, but seriously, so my social media feed is being flooded with these mail order cookies that are like big, just meaty cookies. And I'm like, okay, let's try them out. So that's what we did. $30 later, we supported a business that was affected by the storms in Texas. So felt kind of good about that. Cookies were mediocre. Sorry to say, I'm not going to name the company. Don't want to bash anybody. But then we thought, okay, we can definitely make these ourselves, not less than half the cost. So that's what we're doing today. We're making big cookies. I'm sorry I don't have one here because we've eaten them all. So just kind of imagine that. So anyway, let's go. Oh, and real quick, we'll be using the help of our new stand mixer. And a very special thanks to the Gerst family for gifting us this wonderful stand mixer that we made, making these cookies a million times easier. So anyway, let's go. All right, let's get started with our dry ingredients. So first thing up is 1.5 cups of cake flour. That's right, cake flour. So start with that, and then we're also gonna add 2 cups of all-purpose flour. To that, we're also gonna add 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. And then just go ahead and whisk that all together. Alright, and then over in the bowl of the stand mixer, we're going to start with 1.5 cups of light brown sugar and half a cup of white sugar. Pop on your whisk attachment for your mixer and just mix them together. I'd also recommend maybe breaking up the brown sugar more than I did there, because those clumps are just going to move around, and yeah, I just stop and break them up anyway. So yeah, once those sugars are nice and mixed up, we're going to stream in 1.25 cup, or that's 2.5 sticks of unsalted butter. Make sure you let the butter cool for a little bit before you pour it in there, and then just go ahead and let all those sugars and butters mix together till they're mixed. Alright, and now time for my least favorite food to work with, eggs. Alright, so we have 3 yolks and 2 whole eggs. I just alternated, so did 1 yolk, 1 whole egg, 1 yolk, 1 full egg, and then finally ending with a yolk again. And then each time you add one, make sure it fully mixes in before you add the next one. Alright, now let's watch as this egg yolk does not want to become part of this delicious cookie, just hanging out for dear life, not breaking. So we're going to stop this for a second, kind of push down the sides, get all the extra stuff off there, and then give it another try. Hopefully he'll cooperate this time. And hey, there he goes. Alright, now that all of our wet ingredients are mixed together, we're going to start with those dry ingredients. So switch over to your paddle attachment, get that flour mixture. Now I started with just a few spoonfuls first so we don't make a huge mess. Get the paddle on low and just get those mixed in, because you can see even with 2 spoonfuls it wanted to really jump out of the bowl. And just kind of slowly sift it in there, and really just keep doing that until you get a nice cohesive dough. Oh, looks like that. Alright, and now time for the best part, the chocolates. So I've got a 60% bittersweet chocolate in chip form. So I added about 80% of the bag so they're nice and chocolatey, and just let the stand mixer do the work. Now I've heard you're not supposed to let the stand mixer do this because it can be rough on the motor, but the old girl survived this and even breathed a sigh of relief when we were done. And then go ahead and plastic wrap the dough, push the wrap as close to the dough as possible, and then we're going to go ahead and get that in the fridge for 4 hours to rest. Alright, now that the dough has had time to rest, we're going to go ahead and start forming it into our dough balls. So these are going to be big balls at 6 ounces each. So go ahead and get your scale out and weigh those to 6. Close enough. Anyway, then we're going to pop those on a parchment lined baking sheet that I've also sprayed down with some cooking spray, and just pop 4 of them onto a single cookie sheet per batch. And you're also going to want to pop these back in the fridge for about another 30 minutes before putting them in the oven. Alright, so here we go. We got 4 ready to go. As you can see, they have plenty of room to expand and rise. So we're going to pop those in a 425 degree oven for 13 minutes. And we should have them come out looking something like this. Oh my god. So, I'm not sure what happened with that bottom left cookie there. It kind of mutated. So, second batch. Oh, there we go. Okay, looking much better. Those just look perfect. Nice and golden brown, gooey in the middle, and yeah, they're that big. As big of 2 of my hands making that shape. Alright, and of course, as with every other video, I need an excuse to use my fancy plates. So I put 3 of my cookies on my nice rectangular appetizer plate. And let's see, which one should we crack open? Let's go with this guy. And here we go, the best part. Let's crack it open. See that gooey center? Oh man. That looks perfect, and I can assure you they taste as good as they look. Alright, well that is it for this week. What? One more? Okay, fine. I'll give you one more in slow motion. Just put the kids to bed before you do this, okay? Alright guys, well that's it for giant cookies. Thank you so much for coming back after the break, and we are moving forward with season 2. So we'll see you next week with another episode.